Right, so today I am going to Taronga. I'm going to speak to my machinist, got a few things to discuss, but I'm also going to go along a company that does 3D printing, kind of, not just the cheap kind of lower budget level printing like the 3D printer I've got, but they've got fancier printers. Because I'm thinking at this stage, for the spinner, for this little beast here, I'm thinking, you know, rather than going to CNC right now, which I'm not quite ready to do, I still need to make, you know, quite a number of tweaks to, you know, finger positioning, length, you know, shape, overall design, etc, etc. 3D printing might be the way to do it. Certainly not 3D printing in titanium, which I can get done in Taronga, believe it or not. But I'm just thinking at this stage, just for positioning, I'll get some sort of, you know, high quality plastic or some sort of medium like that. As long as it's dense and detailed, that's all that matters. Now I don't know if they can do it, but it will be interesting finding out. Just stopped my machinists, and what we'll do is I'll show you the titanium round bar that's arrived for the titanium pill pots. Quite a lot of round bar, which is kind of exciting. Right, just arrived at the new workshop. I picked up some titanium from my machinist, so I've got to drop that off from the ute to inside the workshop. So this titanium here is a little bit of titanium for me, like 8 4mm sheets, but the rest of it is for my machinist's project, which I'm helping him with on Kickstarter. So there's going to be 400 titanium cheese slicers and 900 titanium peelers, which, you know, the project did really well. There's like oh yeah, sharp. It's got 3 days to go on Kickstarter, and it is at 130. It's just gone 131,000 New Zealand dollars. I'll show you a screenshot of that project page as it is right now. What do you think of that? It's pretty impressive. So this is most of the sheet for it. There's a few more. So what I'm doing is I am doing the water jet cutting for that, and I am doing that on this machine here. This is the water jet cutter, which you may have seen before or may not. I will do some videoing of this over the next week or two. We've got a lot of cutting. We've got a lot of cutting to do, so we're going to be busy here. My father is going to help me. I've got other stuff to do. I'm going to be launching a titanium pen project, clicky pen project. It is all go. And of course, you know, I'm still doing this thing here. working on the spinner project. So it's kind of good, like business is going good. Work-wise, still owe a lot of money, still got cash flow issues, but you know, life is still good. So what I'm doing with this camera here is taking some photos of this sheet arriving, because my machinist needs to do an update to his, you know, project backers for his project to sort of say, hey look, the titanium's arrived, things are on their way, we're getting things moving. So I'm taking photos for him so that he can post updates to his backers, keep them updated with progress of how their titanium cheese slicer and titanium peeler is coming along in production. And I think that is me done here for today. Just a quick stop along, drop off that titanium, heading back now. It's been a long day here in Tauranga, had a few things to do earlier, talking with my machinist, speaking to a company about 3D printing. I think I mentioned that. It went okay actually. They can do it, but there's like a week, 5 days to a week turnaround to do that, so I'm not sure if I'll do that, you know, to prototype, you know, the plastic prototype, the spinner project. I'm not sure. We'll sort of, I'll think about that on the drive home really. Right, back from Tauranga just now, playing with the spinner, of course. I'm like addicted to this. You know, side note about spinners, you know, they're called fidget spinners and, you know, fidget toys and stuff like that, you know, but I'm not convinced. I have never been someone that like fidgets. Fidgets has negative connotations. It you know, you think of a kid fidgeting and not being able to sit still, and you know, someone who fidgets is obviously someone who's possibly nervous maybe, or you know, that kind of thing. And fidgeting, you know, I've never fidgeted, you know, I sit and I can sit and think for an hour and I don't move any part of me, you know, apart from my neurons. And but I really like sitting and spinning this thing, you know. I just, you know, whatever way I do it, you know, I might go back and forth and back and forth, or you know, I might hold it in the middle and, you know, sort of, you know, just catch it at the top all the time. Catch, spin, catch, spin, catch, spin, catch, spin. And it's just enjoyable. You just sit there and, you know, quite often, you know, when you're getting better at a particular movement, you're not even aware that you're doing it. And I really love doing it and I really enjoy it. But it, you know, I don't think, I get the impression that people are saying like, oh, you know, you have to do this because you're a fidgeter, and yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't buy that. I think this is something different. I think there's just something nice about these things. I'm kind of apprehensive that they get labeled as like some sort of fidgeters thing and they get like negatively, you know, they get negative press for it. But no, they're just nice, and if it's well engineered, it's well engineered. Now this is not well engineered because it's my really horrible, ugly prototype. But I have just spent $1,000 on a handful of spinners, and I'm waiting for them. I live in New Zealand, so you know, and they're coming from America, UK, I think, Netherlands. I'm like, I went a bit wild and just bought a bunch of them, new and second hand, and so they're on their way here hopefully. So you know, really checking the mailbox every day. So you know, hopefully I can, you know, because I'm kind of excited to see what like a proper manufactured one is like compared to this sort of very rough, very rough prototype that I've been working on, or prototypes I've been working on, you know, with the bearing literally super glued in and the buttons two kind of hacked titanium machine screws, and yeah, you know, and these plates on it, again, just super glued together. So kind of excited about that. Now in yesterday's video I talked a lot about, it was basically one long take of me talking about, you know, this spinner and the other spinner, and I asked for lots of feedback, and I can see lots of feedback coming in today, but I've been busy today, as you know, you followed me along a little bit, so I've not had time to review and reply to the comments yet, but I will do. I will get to that. I just want to sort of, you know, say just now that, you know, I don't ignore them. I read every comment, but, you know, it's getting to the stage where sometimes I just can't reply to everyone, which is inevitable, but I read every single one, and usually more than once, that's for sure. And with that, I will leave you with a quote. It is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he said, "Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood."